welcome back, or welcome. We're back in Korea. I'm back in Seoul. I've been back in Seoul for a while, but life has been a little hectic, so I'm not really sure how to dive into this. Today is just going to be a vlog of me trying to get my life back together, and then a little bit of a Q&A. I asked for some questions and I picked kind of the most popular ones, and so we're going to have a little chat throughout the day. Take a sip. Oh, okay. I went to Japan from April 28th until the 6th of May. So I did film during that time, but then I came home, edited those vlogs in about 2.5 days because 2.5 days later, my parents arrived. I'm sorry for you guys who are sick of this. I've been talking about this a lot. My parents have not visited. My dad not for 10 years, my mom not for 5 years. And this was the first time that I was able to take time off and really just show them around and spend the whole time with them. And I very, very specifically didn't want to film. And that was an unexpectedly really great exercise that I needed. We had a really great time. My parents couldn't have had better weather. Everything just worked out really well. They really enjoyed all of the food, all of the places. So it was a very successful trip. Everything worked out and it was great. Sometimes because I'm constantly filming, if I'm not planning on filming that day, I will think oh, well, I shouldn't do anything cool or exciting because I'd want to share that. So I end up on my days off are the days that I usually just kind of stay in my house and clean my apartment or something, do something not really fun so that I don't miss out on something that I could film. And that's really not a great mindset to be in. And so it was really great to have this time with my parents where we were doing, intentionally doing really fun things, but I intentionally wasn't filming as well. And I didn't feel anxious about it, or I didn't feel oh darn, I wish I was filming. I never felt that during their visit. And that was just a good reminder that no, I can do things just for myself. It's not a wasted opportunity. So yeah, this was just overall a really good break to have. And then the one other lesson that I took from this time off is that Kurt works so hard for translating. Oftentimes, if we're in situations where I don't know the vocabulary very well, most recently when we were house hunting, there are certain words that I just don't use on a daily basis, basically vocabulary that you would use when you're buying a house, right? And I don't even really know those words in English. So sometimes I would ask Kurt to ask the realtor something, and he would kind of be not flustered, but you could tell he was tired. He wasn't annoyed, but he was just and I got it to an extent. I know that it's difficult to be thinking in 2 languages at once, but it didn't really hit me how much it tires you out until I was translating for my parents, and my parents were asking a million questions, which is fine because they're traveling, they're in a new place, they should be asking questions, we want them to learn, right? But they're very curious people, and so there were just a lot of questions, and then I also had to be just constantly translating and thinking in 2 languages for them, and it was a really specific kind of tired. It was all mental work, but it felt physical. It was just I would get home and I was I couldn't I wasn't gonna read a book. I just needed to sit in silence, and so it gave me a renewed appreciation for just how brilliant bilingual, trilingual, polylingual people are, and people who translate. Again, it was something that I knew, but I just hadn't experienced it, and I feel relaxed and ready to jump into making content again. I also had a wedding. One of our former coworkers and friends, he had a traditional Korean wedding just this past weekend, which I've never been to one before. Most of my friends have not been to one before. Kurt hadn't. So it was a new experience for us. It was really beautiful. I won't go into it too much because I've already talked too much, but kind of part of a traditional Korean wedding is the groom will come to the bride's house and ask the bride's family if he can take her away. The venue, instead of being like a fake church or like like what all of the Korean wedding halls are, this was like a traditional Korean house, and it was meant to look like a palace kind of building, because like a traditional Korean wedding, this is the one time that like anyone can be a princess, you know? So that's why the wedding dress is like so ornate. It's because like even a commoner on their wedding day can be kind of royalty. And so it was just gorgeous, and there were singers and dancers, and there was so much more laughter than any Korean wedding I've ever been to, like a kind of more modern Korean wedding. So it was just really beautiful and fun. And then what else? Yesterday, I just have like a bunch of people are here in May. Like May is the travel time. So some people who are visiting, some people who are going home for the summer, like just a lot going on. So I have reached my social limit, my social battery drained. And so today is just gonna be you and me. We're gonna do some grocery shopping. We don't have food in our house because we've just been like, I've been entertaining my parents. I've been in Japan and then entertaining my parents. Like I feel like I haven't been home for like a month. But overall, I'm just trying to like not do a lot today. But yeah, so just again, thank you so much for supporting this channel so that I was able to take off this time. I know that I had videos coming out, but to take 10 days off and not film was such a luxury. So thank you so much. And also thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace is a place where you can host your online presence. I have used them for going on 4, maybe 5 years to host my website, which is caricakes.net. So I use it for a more personal blog kind of situation, but they have different features that could help you open a shop, such as monetization features. You can open an online community because they have membership levels, they have comment sections, they have ways to connect your social media accounts. They have great analytics to help you understand your audience more and your website more. And they have a ton of free, easy to use templates to pretty much make your website look super professional in like a couple of clicks. Definitely check them out. You can go to squarespace.com right now and play around with it and make your website for free. And when you're ready to launch it to the public, you can go to squarespace.com/caricakes and you can get 10% off of your first website or domain. Thank you as always to Squarespace. That information will be in the description box. And so now what do I need to do? We need to go grocery shopping. Oh my God. Okay, off we go. Welcome back to Korea. I will not be leaving until August. I can't do any more traveling for the next couple of weeks. I am out. So okay, grocery shopping and then a little Q&A, even though I feel like I've already talked your ears off. Anyway, this is gonna be a real chatty video. I said that my social battery is gone and here I am still having things to say somehow. So, all right, let's go get me some yogurt, all right? Okay. Ooh. Hi, I'm back. My meal does not look delicious. It's just scrambled eggs with mushroom, a little bit of pesto, and some feta on top. But we're home and we can chat. If you're wondering what this is, we purchased a new chair. Kurt is working from home some days. His company is like a hybrid work from home, work in the office. And even though I love it, like visually, it's a beautifully designed chair that we got to match our desk. It is uncomfortable if you're working in it. It's not an office chair. And so Kurt finally got one. We've lived here with this desk and chair for like 4 years. We finally upgraded and he's very happy. I'm very happy too. It's not the most beautiful chair, but that's okay. So I only have a couple of questions and I'm gonna try and go through them kind of quickly. I have to eat, but I also have to film a book video today. I am very behind and my book videos I need to like read So it takes more time than these videos. Wish me luck. I had a mushroom bibimbap yesterday that was life-changing, and now my next meal is also mushrooms. I'm living my dreams. Okay, these were the most commonly asked questions and ones that I might have answered before but need a revamp, etc. And some that I can't answer. So there were a lot of ones kind of like this, and it is, since you are self-employed, have you created any routines for yourself or your mental health? Do you have any tips? If you watch this channel, you know that that is kind of a constant journey for me, a constant battle between my love of being productive and my kind of addiction to work versus my mental health. I think that just like the awareness that you should have a routine, or that you should in the back of your mind always be thinking of your mental health, especially when you're self-employed, is the most important step. I think when I first started working, I was overworking myself and I was, disrespecting myself, I think. I didn't even really think about that. So it wasn't until it was kind of too late and I was like, oh no, I'm in a very dark place, that I even thought about my mental health. So I think just even having that recognition is a good sign. I mean, I intentionally don't film whenever I'm with Kurt, so he's kind of my marker of like time to switch off and just kind of live and not think about work. So making sure that you have a time like that, like when you specifically are like, no, this is my life, not working, that's really, really important. So that's why you don't see a lot of footage of like after 7 o'clock, because Kurt comes home and I'm just like, that's it. Even though we are going to the movies tonight and I might show you at least the movie theater. Yeah, I would just try and set boundaries in terms of time and actually stick to them. I still don't take a lunch break. I feel like most people don't, even if they do have like an official lunch break and like you're in an office. Try your best to actually take those breaks, and then if you're self-employed, set those times and actually stick to them. I am notorious for like vacuuming my lunch in like 5 minutes and then just going back to work. Yeah, but I mean, if you have any tips, let me know, because that is still a journey I am on. This one, I actually, speaking of not filming with Kurt, we have a Q&A that I will link down below that we answer this question, but what advice can you give to someone who still doesn't know where their passion lies? And yeah, I thought that Kurt had a really good answer for it. He's a really fortunate person that not only found his passion, but he's really good at it and he can make a living off of it. I think that you can be like, I'm really passionate about My Chemical Romance, but can I make a living out of that? No. So he's a very, very fortunate person in that. I think that we do all have passions, but I think that what you mean is, in a career, in a job, in a life. Yeah, I will link you back to that because my answer still hasn't changed and it's rough out here for all of us who love a lot of things. I would have loved to be like an archaeologist. I have a long list, but here I am. This one really quick. This was the most asked question, even though I have answered it before, but I understand it's been a while. People want to know about if I want kids, and no, not right now. Kurt and I are not really interested in being parents. We're very interested in being aunt and uncle. I have so many cousins. I have so many friends who are already popping out babies. I actually, congrats Yaldo, my best friend since kindergarten, just had her second most adorable baby. So I am up to, just in my friend group, I have 2 nephews and a niece. And then, of course, my godson, Finn, who is a corgi, but still counts. Like, I love kids, but I don't want to raise my own. I've never really felt that way. Like, I worked in a daycare. I was always, like, the babysitter of the neighborhood. So I love caring for kids, but I would love to care for kids that are not my own, if that makes sense. That is Kurt as well. We're very interested in getting a dog. That's the plan, making all my friends and family do the hard work. And I also feel like it's really important to have a family member or like an older person that isn't your parents that you can confide in and talk to. So I would love to be that for the next generation. They can tell me things and I won't tell their parents, and it'll be great. So yes, that's the role that I would like in life. Okay, and then last but not least, I had a couple questions about living in a small space. This one particularly is, what are the downsides of living in a small apartment, dealing with the cooking smell, etc.? And this is where I'm here to announce we're not moving. A couple videos ago, I showed you that we went house hunting, and maybe I will still make another video about this because it's fascinating right now what's going on in the Korean real estate world. Yeah, we were thinking of moving. Actually, one of my friends lives in a building that I really love, and a place opened up, and we were set to move in. Like, I toured it, I messaged people, I was like, send me all the good vibes, we really want this apartment. The realtor, like, it wasn't even listed on Naver yet. Like, she kept it secret just for us because we were like, we're getting this apartment. And then basically the weird stuff that's going on has to do with landlords and not receiving your deposit back. Like, there's just, it's, I can't go into it in this video, but it's just like wild what's going on. And this apartment, while it was perfect, the landlord owed taxes on it, and so technically the government seized it, but she can it was just like bad vibes. So we were like, if you can't pay your taxes on it, how can you guarantee that we're gonna get our money back? Housing prices are falling, so at the end of our contract, if the other person who comes in next pays less, how is she going to have the money to give us the... It was just a mess, and we didn't want to deal with it. So we love our house. It's everything that we need. We're gonna stay here for at least another year. We love it. We're happy, and we're just gonna spend money on fixing little things. Like, basically we just want a little bit more storage, and so we're getting a new bed because silly me, my fault, I bought a bed that doesn't have any storage in it, so we're changing that. We're shuffling a few things. It's all good. So really the only downside to living in a small space for us, like, we're so lucky that we have this huge window, and then we have a window in the hallway. So for cooking smells, we just open the windows and we get this cross breeze. We don't have a cooking smell problem ever. Our house maintains heat so well in the winter. It cools off so fast in the summer, and we don't have to spend a lot of energy on it. The only downside really is, I guess, the storage, but really it's not that big of a deal considering we have 2 people living in this place and we only have like that closet really as our storage. We're doing fine. And then really just our schedules. Like, Kurt is such a night owl and I'm an early bird, and so if we had a separate bedroom, I could wake up early and make a pot of tea, and I wouldn't worry that the water boiling would wake him up, and vice versa. Like, he wouldn't feel bad about staying up late playing video games because the flashing of the screen wouldn't bother me if I could close the door, you know? But at the end of the day, that like really doesn't matter that much to us. Yeah, I guess we just like don't have a lot of stuff. We would prefer to be closer to I love that I can walk to the Han River. We're close to Kurt's office. We'd just rather, I don't know, like, neither of us, I feel like I need to come up with a reason for why we don't want to live in a bigger space, but like, we don't need it. If we had a bigger space, all we would do is spend more money to fill those rooms with stuff that we don't need. So yeah, I don't know. I can't explain why we're happy here, but we're happy here, and I really love this place. It's so, ugh. And when my parents came, they were very surprised at how big it was. I guess it looks smaller on camera. Maybe I film it poorly, but it's very wide. It's much wider than your average Korean apartment ever is. And so that's what's making it really difficult to move, is we found a couple other places other than the kind of shady place. But they're just smaller. Like, the fact that I have so much room, the fact that like in my living room we have a TV stand, a coffee table and a sofa, and there's still like so much room for me to walk and exercise and dance or whatever. That's like kind of unheard of in at least the apartments within our budget. So we're just really lucky, and it's difficult to move from a space like this. So it's got to really wow us. We've done 2 rounds of house hunting. We did this like 2 years ago as well, and we still haven't found anything that will push us out of this space, you know? So we're very lucky. I'm very happy to live here. And yeah, so that's downsides. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I wish Kurt had more room to paint. If we had another room, like, he would turn it into more of like a studio, so like a place I could film and a place where he could paint. But that's really all we want. We just want a door to separate the sleeping space. That's it. Like, a bigger kitchen would be awesome, but you know. So yeah, just endless love to this apartment, and I know it loves us back. Yeah, so that's the big surprise, is we aren't moving again. So sorry. But anyway, yeah, I need to, speaking of setting up a place to film, I need to clean up my filming area so that I can talk about a really bad book and then start a hopefully really good book. So thank you always. I will see you guys a little bit later. Bye. I don't remember falling asleep, but I think I just took a nap. I was reading and then I was not. So okay, hi, it's a new day. Welcome back. That was my day of doing kind of nothing and just existing. I feel a lot better. I started reading a book that's really good. Kurt and I saw Triangle of Sadness, which was bizarre. Like, it was darkly funny. It was just very kind of surreal and strange, and then it ends very abruptly. And we just walked out of the theater like, okay. What else? Is that it? I'm starting like a new vlog today because I have a lot of exciting things happening this week that hopefully I am now rested for. It's funny how sometimes it only takes like a day to kind of get your routine back, but I am feeling, yeah, I'm feeling good. And thank you for sitting through just basically a chatty video. I had more questions, but I thought that this video was already too long, and a lot of the questions were sort of repeats or similar to the mental health question of like, I don't know either. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you here. Wish me luck. You will see it in the next video, but I have my first Pilates class today this summer, allegedly. Knock on wood. Hopefully not, but it seems like it's gonna rain. It says from June to August, within those 3 months, there will be a total of 5 days of sun. The rest will be rain. So I'm banking kind of like what I did in winter. In winter, I got a gym membership just so that I could walk on the treadmill because I couldn't, it was too cold. I couldn't walk outside. I'm doing kind of the same for summer, that because I'm not banking on being able to just consistently walk as my form of exercise for my well-being, I'm gonna try and do, I found an English language Pilates studio that seems really cute. I'll let you know. But because of my traveling and stuff, I haven't actively worked out in over a month. So I'm feeling very weak and I'm very nervous, but we'll see. So yeah, I will leave you guys here, and I'll see you in another video for that. That's all I have to say. Thank you again to Squarespace. Information will be down below, but you can go to squarespace.com/caricakes and get 10% off of your first website or domain when you are ready to launch your online presence. And yeah, today's gonna be really fun. I have Pilates and then I'm taking Kurt out on a date night 2 days in a row. But yeah, before that I need to like chill, just a few more hours of chill, and I think I'll be good. So thank you as always for being here. I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you are comfortable in whether it is your daily routine or if you're doing something new. I hope it's still fun and relaxing. I gotta go feed myself. I'm really hungry. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you always. Welcome back to Korea.